If you have not watched the playlist and followed previous videos, please check them out. The dataset that we are going to be using for our new classification model is the Cora Dataset from Planetoid. This is a popular benchmark dataset used for evaluating graph-based machine learning algorithms. This is a dataset comprising of 2,708 scientific publications classified into one of 7 classes. The citation network between these scientific publications comprises of 10,556 links. The nodes in the dataset are the publications, and each publication in the dataset is described by a 0, 1-valued word vector indicating the presence or absence of the corresponding word from the dictionary. The dictionary has 1,433 unique words. Instantiate the Planetoid class. Specify the root as Cora Data and name as Cora. To access the Cora dataset, I've set transform to be normalized features. This row normalizes the attributes for each node such that the sum of the attributes of each node sum up to 1. Running this command will download the Cora dataset from GitHub and make it available in your program. The Cora dataset variable gives you access to that dataset. Now, if you look at the length of this dataset, you see that it's equal to 1. This dataset comprises of a single graph, not multiple graphs. Let's take a look at the number of features in each node of the graph. You can see it's 1,433. These features are a dictionary of unique words that are used to describe every scientific publication that make up the nodes of this graph dataset. Each node contains a feature vector that is 1,433 in length, comprising of 0, 1 values indicating the presence or absence of the word in the dictionary. You can see that these features describe the scientific publication. Next, let's access the graph from the Cora dataset. Since we have just one graph, we can access it at index position 0, and here is our Cora graph. The X vector represents the individual nodes in the graph. There are 2,708 nodes, each node with 1,433 features. That is the X matrix. The edge matrix gives us the connections between the various nodes in the graph. 2 here, the rows in the edge matrix represents the row for the source node and the target node, and the number of columns in the edgy index, 10,556, corresponds to the number of edges in the citation networks. Y represents the labels determining the category of each of the nodes in the graph. Train mask, valid mask, and test mask are 0 and 1 values, indicating what nodes are part of the training data, the validation data, and the test data. Let's look at the node features for a single node in this graph. Here I access the node at index position 0, and I print out the length of the features. You can see that's 1,433, and you can see a tensor representation of the features as well, 0, 1 values indicating the presence or absence of the dictionary words. Next, I'll sum up and display the train validation and test mask to show you the number of training samples, test samples, and validation samples. In the graph, the training data comprises of 140 nodes, validation data of 500 nodes, and the test data of 1,000 nodes. Let's get a quick overview of what the graph looks like. I access a number of properties of the graph and print that out to screen. Let's take a look. We have a total of 2,708 nodes. Number of edges, 10,556. The average node degree is 3.9, which means that every node on average has 3.9 connections to other nodes. There are no isolated nodes, as isolated nodes is false, which means there are no publications that do not cite other publications and are not cited by other publications. The graph is no self-loop, which means that none of the publications cite themselves, and the graph is an undirected graph. Citations generally have a direction, but this particular graph is undirected. Every node in this graph, every scientific publication belongs to one of 7 categories, and if you look at the num classes in the dataset, you can see that this is equal to 7. I've set up these 7 classes or categories here in this label dictionary. Publications can be categorized as theory, reinforcement learning, probabilistic methods, and so on and so forth. And you can see the classes or categories corresponding to the first 10 nodes here in this graph. Here is a quick visualization, a bar chart to see how many nodes belong to each class or category. I use a collections counter on line 4 to categorize the nodes into different classes and categories and count the number of nodes. And here's what the resulting bar chart looks like. You can see a vast majority of the publications. 800 of them belong to the category 3, that is neural networks, and the rest are fairly evenly distributed. We can use the NetworkX Python library to visualize the graph for this Cora dataset. PyTorch Geometric allows you to convert the graph to a NetworkX representation. We have the label dictionary for the different labels or classes. And then on line 14, we set up a color list so that nodes that belong to the different categories have a different color. On line 17, I used the toNetworkX method to convert the Cora graph to a NetworkX representation, and the rest of the code on lines 19 through 36 is just setting up the graph in NetworkX. And this is what the graph looks like. Observe, there is a dense cluster of nodes at the center. These are the different scientific publications that heavily reference or cite one another. And then there are many nodes kind of at the outer ring of the graph. These are basically publications which have just a few citations.